this video, we're going to understand piping and output redirection in Bash. Now that you understand standard in, standard out, and standard error, understanding these topics in Bash will be really easy. Because now it all comes down to what you want to do with those three data stream devices. So let's start with piping. Now, piping in Bash is done using this. So using this character, which is called a pipe, should be on your keyboard where you have your backslash. So you can just hit Shift and then backslash to get this character. Now what this character means is that Bash is going to take the standard out of your first process, so process 1, and it's going to attach that standard out to the standard in of process 2. And that's it. That's all that pipe does. And it's really useful, and you will probably make use of this a lot, because now you can combine multiple processes together and have the best of all the worlds. So let's just see one quick example. Now when I say echo some string, now what this means, echo will take this string and write it to its standard out. So I'm going to get that string right here. So let's now pipe it. So we can now pipe it to any other process that we have. Let's pipe it to our Node application. So node playground.js. Now let's see what we're doing with the standard in. So here I'm going to comment the spawning a process code. So all of this is now commented, and I'm just going to comment out this section: standard in, standard out, and standard error. And let's not write anything for now, and let's just now read from our standard in and then write to standard out. So we're going to read something and then say got this data from standard in, and then we're just going to log it. So pretty straightforward. So let's go ahead and give this a shot. So right here in my terminal, I'm just going to run this. Now what's going to happen is that Bash is going to take this, because this is the standard out of this echo process, and it's going to give this output to the standard in of my Node application. So my Node application here says got this data from standard in some string, and it could keep on doing it. So here I can just pipe it again to another process. So again, I'm going to take the result, I'm going to take the standard out of this process and now give it to another process. Let's now make this string uppercase. So I'm going to make use of the translate command, and using the translate command, again, we can just go through our string and then do some modifications, do some replacing. So if I say this, now this is a symbol that means all lowercases. So I'm saying to convert all lowercase characters to, I can say maybe to F or anything else that I want, but let's convert them to uppercase. So we can make use of this again from uppercase A to uppercase C. So this basically just means to uppercase, okay? So let's now run it. And now we can see that my output now is uppercase. But I made use of another application, this TR application, to do just that. So this is really handy, and you can get creative with this, and you can do a whole lot of things with this. And now we can combine many different processes. Now keep in mind that we are not grabbing the standard error, okay? So if in my Node code, if I just write something, instead of writing to standard out, after, you know what, let's not read from standard in, and let's just write something to standard out and also something to standard error. Let me also put a new line character at the end. There we go. So let's go ahead and run it. Again, we're just writing once to standard out and then once to standard error. If I just run this node playground, again, you can imagine what's going to happen. So node playground.js, we're going to get these two strings. But now if I pipe this to, let's say, the tr command again to make it uppercase, so I'm just going to say lower cases and convert them to uppercase. Now if I run it, now as you can see here, I'm only converting my standard out to uppercase. I'm not doing anything with my standard error. So standard error is just going to be written here into my terminal, and this application, this TR application, is not going to do anything with this output, only the standard out. So again, this pipe means to, instead of writing the standard out to the terminal right now,